So we're entering Q4. As this show is airing, planning is really beginning for a lot of different brands out there. Well, it began months ago. What advice do you have for our listeners as they move into 2025? It's tough out there right now. Are we in a recession? Aren't we? Inflation is there no matter what. We're in the middle of a political landscape that's completely polarizing mindsets, hearts, and understanding. What advice do you have for our listeners as they really start to hone into how they can break out of that clutter, that noise, that's creating a mood among all of us of uncertainty and move forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. And this actually is a perfect time to start to think about how Q4 can protect us or support us in leading into 2025. And the number one thing that I can offer to folks is to go listen to your customer, to your consumer. Spend this Q4. Q4 is always great because you get bonus money. For most businesses, there's leftover budgets, things that didn't get to happen. So here I am sitting on $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 of excess budget. What do I do with it? There's nothing better you could invest your money in at the end of the year than learning more about your audience. Even if you don't have a specific question, which I would venture to guess everyone has a specific question, but even if you don't, just spending time with them in a sort of immersive capacity is game changing. So this is one of the things I do for clients is we do a day or up to 3 days of an immersive experience where you're just really trying to understand the world through the lens of your consumer or your customer. To see what comes. There are insights there you wouldn't even know to go look for unless you're spending that time with them. Another way to do that is to do a deep dive on competitive analysis. When I do competitive analysis, I make sure to do it from the eyes of a consumer. A lot of times when we're doing competitive analysis, we're looking at it from the business perspective. So you've got these like grids and it has, here are their features and here's the price point and here's what their channels are. That's good and great. What does the consumer see? Your particular audience, your ideal audience, if they were going to do an assessment of their options in the marketplace, how would they do it? How would they categorize the competitors? How would they highlight which features and benefits are more important? How would they think about where they go find them and how they use them? Do it through the lens of the consumer or the customer to get a very different perspective. And then maybe the third thing that I would encourage them to do is just to go back and look at all the data you already have. So we talked about free data that's around you, but there also is often a cemetery of data and research and insights that an organization has collected over the years that you do the study, you read the report, and then it sits there and then you're done. You never see it again. Let's go back to all of that and let's look at what's there that we can still leverage today or that might prompt us to ask a new question. 3 years ago, we did this and we learned that this particular feature was the most important. Is that still true? Is there something different about that? Or how have people changed the way they use that particular feature or evaluate that feature? Let's ask new questions and use that Q4 to start getting smarter about that. And a great time, I think maybe we talk about this next, a good time to start thinking about 2025 and what that learning plan might look like.
Right. Yeah, we're going to talk about the learning plan, which is going to be a gift for all of you. Before we get there, I was reading a story from Social Media Strategy Summit, where they had a bunch of speakers. I believe Whole Foods may have been there speaking. This was a follow-up story that they did. And leveraging AI, I think, is a key part of what you're talking about. And Whole Foods utilized AI to analyze shopping activity, identify patterns, and predict future behaviors as they move into each year. And what the initiative allowed them to do is open up the doors for more very, very hyper-personalized marketing. So if a customer regularly buys pasta, basil, and tinned tomatoes, the retailer could serve them a promo code for other related Italian ingredients. So staying with CPG for a second and taking a look at buyer behavior, and I mean, competitive landscape fits right, right into that mix there of goodness as well. That is where I think leveraging AI becomes just a great, great tool for people.